Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I just want to ask my colleague from Sherwood Park if he can, or pardon me, yes, if he could elaborate on the level and the scale of some of the issues that have been talked about here in the House. Our colleague from Nova Scotia indicated in his speech earlier to yours today that there is a huge, like 330 million roughly being abused here, versus, like, we're talking about $16 or even 42 million from the old ad scam days of the Liberal government. Just to put this into perspective as to how much damage this has done to taxpayers' money.
L'honorable député de Saint-Albert-Edmonton.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To break it down, the member correctly noted that $330 million went out the door involving conflicts of interest of board members. Not only were those cases of conflicts of interest, those were in many instances straight-up violations of the SDTC Act that provides that no board member shall in any way profit from the foundation. And in addition to that, there is somewhere in the neighborhood of $70 million that improperly went out the door in violation of agreements that SDTC had with ISED that the Minister of Industry is responsible for overseeing and failed to enforce.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Look, I just want to take some of the testimony from one of the SDTC employees who said at committee, I think, quote, I think that the current government is more interested in protecting themselves and protecting the situation being a public nightmare, and that they would rather protect wrongdoers and financial mismanagement than have to deal with a situation like this at SDTC and in the public sphere. Could my colleague just elaborate on that testimony?
L'honorable député a 45 secondes pour répondre.
Well, thank you very much, and the member is quite right, and I highlighted the whistleblower's testimony in my speech. And not only did the whistleblower say that, the whistleblower said the minister acted corruptly and deceptively, and that the minister was more interested in damage control. It demonstrates that this government and this minister were complicit in the corruption at SDTC, and the minister is wholly unfit to serve in the role that he carries as minister.